gonna try and figure out what I've done wrong here. I think it was this chap. Yeah, I want this to follow the body no matter what. Um, so I tried to point constraint it and things went crazy. So I'm gonna do the good old grouping trick. I've selected the zero segment and I'm hitting Command G for group. I don't really care about where the center point is, or do I? I think I do actually this time. Yeah, um, actually I do definitely. So I'm hitting the insert key that allows me to change the center point, and I'm holding V. I'll put it here on the tip of the bone, and it's that group I want affected, and that I will call the IK group. Now I want that group to be point constrained. Oh, I hate that double click thing. To this point, to this bone. So with that selected, I'll knock off the joints. This is probably better done in the outliner. And I'm control selecting the IK group, the one I want affected. And I'll switch on the IK so we can see if it goes crazy. Constrain and point, and it goes crazy. Yes, that is not a solution. Oh dear. Constrain. Would a parent constraint work? It's giving me warnings. Okay. The other thing I could do, yes, is constrain it to the main joint. That's what I should be doing. It doesn't like it because this is already controlling the main joints, so it's reversing the hierarchy again, and it's making it angry, very angry. Okay, so it'll be this, the root joint. I'm sure you're going to name it root. And then we'll go in and try select the IK group again. And I'm wondering, I probably should. Before I do that, I'll reset the IK group's center point by insert, holding down V, back over here, and select the root. Then in the outliner, select the group, and we'll try a point constraint. Yeah, not as angry this time. So that's the way to do it. It's just, yeah, the position of the bone and the influence, it all got very angry. So, or, yeah, it worked. There's the IK. Yep, our IK is following from that point. That's exactly what we want to happen. Got to do the same now with the FK. Get rid of the IK. And I'm selecting the control. Should probably be enough. If we select the control and then I'm hitting up once in the hierarchy to get the group that should be named. Let's do that now. FK. You're going to need to do front, left leg, all that malarkey. So again, grabbing the joints, This is where naming's handy. And let's constrain a point. And again, that didn't like it. Ah, yes. I know why you didn't like it. I'll have to group it again. It's in its second group. It's nested twice now, and it's because where the center point is and the offset. We should call this. What will we call this? We will call it IK from leg point constraint. Selecting the root, then this nice big long title, and constrain point. Okay, that should do the trick. Yeah. Okay, another thing that I've forgotten to do is, let's see which is influencing. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to flick over to IK control, which is by putting this to 10. Switch off the FK and go IK. Now when I rotate this, nothing happens. I want it to influence the main joint bones. So I'll make this bone receive its orientation information from the controller. So the controller first, then the bone, and constrain orient. Okay, and if I switch the main joints back on, when we're on IK, this is what will control the main leg. And when we're on FK, we already did the joint constraint, we already did the orient constraint on FK, so yeah, that's still working as well. Okay, now to clean it up a bit. Layers are a bit sloppy. You might be happy enough to go with layers and just hide the bones, but I'm going to show you a little bit of code that will be helpful and stop you clicking on and off layers every time you do a leg, which I think will eventually drive you mad. First thing we do is we can hide this handle. We don't need to see this again. So it's code. Code is always scary. It'll take a little bit of trial and error, but I'll send you the tutorial that this came from, and it might be easier to follow than my tutorials. So it's only a couple of lines, still looks scary. But what the first line is doing, leg aim IK. Is that this guy? Leg aim IK. I've literally copy and pasted his name, and you're better off copy and pasting the names just to be 100% sure. You know how code gives out. It's not interpretive. It won't guess the spelling. It just doesn't know what it is. And the dot means in this object visibility, which is here. That's what we're referencing. And we're saying the visibility is going to be equal to, and here's where it gets confusing. I've taken this name for the FKIK controller, and we've got another dot, and we're looking into the FKIK blend. So whatever value that's at, I'm going to multiply it by 0.1. And as you know, the value goes from 1 to 10. So at 10 multiplied by 0.1, the value would be 1. And that's in brackets. And whatever the value is here, it's going to be minus 1. That all sounds confusing. It'll make a little more sense on the one below. But just to explain, visibility is controlled. It says on or off, but you can actually type in the number 1 here, and that is on. you can type in 0 and that is off. And we're trying to have this equation always be a 1 or a 0. And that's what this little bit of maths does. This one's probably easier to explain. It's simply just whatever the blend IK to FK switch is multiplied by 0.10. So it's either 1 or 0. Should be the result that it'll respond to for visibility. And these other names for the visibility are all these yellow segments. I've copied and pasted their names. What should happen is when we're under FK control, the IK controls disappear. So it saves, the annoying selection between the two of them, or having to click on and off layers. So whatever's in use, you can see. Now how to get this working. I've just done this in any simple, any text document will do to write up the code. And don't worry about putting spaces in between. You can do as many as you like between the lines. Don't deviate too much. Okay. I'm not even sure if you need to select this. Now I have to find where expressions are. Window, Animation Editors, Expression Editor. And this window will pop up. Now you want to give your new expression a name, and I'll call this FKIK Viz for visibility. And down here is where we put the expression in. It doesn't rely on any of this other information, so don't worry about that. And I'll either get an error or it'll work when I hit create. And I got an error. Okay, errors are good. Attribute not found, missing top left top IK. Wow, where did I get that? What did I paste in here? Okay. Yeah, some of the old code is still in here, and it's wrong. It should be this name. So I'm selecting on it and copying it. I'm pasting over the old wrong name. I'll save over that. Okay, let's have another look-see. So that's the name of this controller, and then the name of the channel control box we want to affect. Okay. That looks like it should be right. And we've got to go back into our expression editor now. Animation, expression editor. Fortunately, you got to go through renaming it again. FKIK Viz. Now you'll be doing one of these per leg, so you'll want to again write which leg and left or right. Paste. I'm going to hit create. Now let's see, did I get them right? Okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's the main front leg. I'm after doing it the opposite way around. So I've made the controls visible that aren't actually functioning. So I do this a lot. It's a matter of swapping things around. It's a good mistake to make, because just in case you make it too. We'll leave the first wrong version there. Mark it for myself and come down here. Basically, this equation or solution should be here, and this one should be here. Now, dealing with equations, they're not that easy to get rid of when you do them wrong. It's not just a matter of delete, from something from the channel box. But here's a new one I want to try. So it's kind of good that I made this mistake, so you know how to get rid of them if everything goes pear-shaped. So I select this, and in Windows I go to the hypergraph and connections. That opens a window, and this is the spline controller. These are all the things that it does, and out of them all, if I've named it properly, that was the FK-IK-Viz equation I made, and you can see it's connected to the visibility of these, which is switched off. And just hit, when you select it, just hit delete, and the equation's gone. Now it's time to try the new one. Window, animation, expression editor, and I'll just be sure I copy and pasted the new one. Copy, paste, and create. Now, interesting, something's gone wrong again. Okay, it's only turned off one of the IK controllers. This one should be gone. Let's see what I've done wrong this time. Yeah, this is the same name twice. That's what's wrong. This should actually be that. Okay. I'll delete the previous wrong ones. I'll just keep a copy of this for myself. And copy that. I've got to delete the old expression first. So, hypergraph, connections. I never named it. Oh, I'm very bold. Makes it hard to find. And again, window, animation, expression editor. Okay, let's go with the name in this time. IK, FK, Viz. There's my new expression. And create. And I've got a result down here, otherwise you get an error. Okay, so all we see is the LO controllers. And now based on the IK to FK blend, I'm just selecting the channel in the channel box, holding the shift key and then middle mouse button, and the icon changes and I can drag up and down. And you can see the controllers changing in and out. If I'd made some animation differences to the legs, the leg would move from one to the other. Actually, let's just have a quick look see at that. Just for argument's sake. Oh dear. Yeah, it's because I've gone up and the knee, you can see the locator there. It's trying to follow the position of the knee. Nothing's gone super crazy. It's just because the direction I've gone with the knee. So I think I could fix that again. Just so you don't think the rig is broken. That needs to be higher, that's all. Yeah, it's still twisting to try and point at it. Wow, that's one crazy frame in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, you see it working anyway. Right, I need to look into that. Okay, what do I have left to do? Once you've done that much, you can start taking things off layers. We're really not going to need to see these bones anymore, so I can just hide them. And the same with this layer. We can't see anything because of the code I've just put in. There we go. I can take you. No, wait, hang on. Oh, did I hide the other bones? Yeah, joints are still there. Okay, and now I'm gonna right click and empty the layer. Right click and empty the layer. And delete them. There's no need for the layers now. To keep it cleaner, you want to color code stuff as well, just so you can see what's going on. Drawing overrides. I was hitting A there to get from the channel box to the attribute editor. I was just hitting Control A. You want to locate the object display and then the drawing overrides and enable. And if we come down here, you can choose the color. So you can make, left and right sides blue and green respectively, and then choose a different color for the FK and the IK, so you can tell which switches are on just based on their colors. Would be a nice quick way of doing it. Just find a color code pattern and stick to it. Once they're out of the layers, they've lost whatever layer color that they had. So when I switch this to 0, yeah, these have gone to blue. So I could go in and do the same thing here, make them yellow again if I wanted to, or green or blue, or you get the idea. Okay, I think I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to do one last quick one on set driven keys. As we saw in that last one, my pole vector has gone slightly crazy in this. I don't know what to say about that. You might want to take a look at that yourself once you built it earlier on. Okay, back in a bit.